Hello, 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 and welcome back to the show, guys. Thank you for joining us for another live detailing session here at the Rag Company. I hope you find yourself at home here, which, by the way, if you haven't hit subscribe yet, I promise you're going to enjoy it, but we'll get to that stuff later. Make sure you hit that like, too. Anyway, that's enough of me here in the studio. I want to go out to the real studio where we've got a couple of people waiting to share some fun with us. What are you guys up to out there?
Dane, thank you very much, and thanks for having us, because welcome, everyone, to a live Valentine's Day detailing special where myself and Sydni Gwen are here we're here to do some washing and some talking and some hanging out. What do you think?
Yeah, love it. It sounds great. Whose car are we doing?
Carolyn's car.
Carolyn Hennon.
Carolyn Hennon, owner of the Rag Company.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day, Carolyn.
Happy Valentine's Day.
We thought this was appropriate and helping out Mama Bear, getting our car cleaned up for her, as it is very filthy. I think it's gone this entire winter season without one wash, and so the goal today is to clean that up as our Valentine's gift to her, and hopefully maybe there's like a box of chocolates at the end of this live video. What do you think, Dane?
I like the sound of that. I could go for some like sweets, you know. This table needs a few little extra thingamadoo-dads, and that would be nice. A little bowl of candy.
You know what I mean? The little heart candies that, you chip tooths on, when you bite into those things.
Oh, the little conversation hearts.
The little conversation hearts.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Oh, a good idea.
Dane, the plan for today is we're going to be knocking out a wash, because we're not only celebrating Valentine's Day just a couple days early with doing this wash, but we're also celebrating the sale going on right now at theragcompany.com, where you can save up to 50% off of our select doorbusters, which is extremely exciting. But we also have 20% off KCX as well as Color Lock, and we also have 40% off Diamond Protect products. So just an overall special event. Love is in the air, detailing is in the air. We're really excited about it. And so Sid and I are going to be knocking out a wash, actually utilizing some Koch-Chemie products. So Sid, what are we working with?
Well, first, you forgot to say the code.
Oh,
the code is LOVE20. Now, what we're going to
correct. You have to use that.
You have to have that for the website, right?
You actually won't get the discounts. So use LOVE20.
Yeah. So we're going to start with pre-foaming with active foam.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
And then we've got GSF. We went with the GSF instead of GSX.
Yeah.
Right.
We have GFX. We have a little bit left of GFX, which is the Christmas scent, right?
Yeah.
The one that everybody loves.
Yep.
And it's still in stock, and it actually is right now currently 20% off.
Yep.
A premature.
This thing's loaded. It's loaded.
Yeah, that eye sprayer.
I feel like that was a setup.
Is ready to go, Sid. It's a little, premature, but that's okay.
Right. Yeah, that happens. So we have protector wax, and then what's this? We've got tire glaze.
Yep.
And then we've got magic wheel cleaner.
Yep.
Or no, that's magic wheel cleaner and glass cleaner. Yep.
Yeah. So this is honestly just a perfect starting point for a wash.
What's in here?
So we have Green Star in there.
Green Star.
And now, just in full transparency, right now, we are currently out of Green Star. I know. What the heck, right? Well, everybody jumped on the sale pretty quick when we launched it, and everybody pretty much bought all the Green Star. However, the sale is going to last, not just today, but it's going to last tomorrow as well, but the sale is going to end tomorrow night at 11:59, so you have about a day and a half left to jump on this and pick up some goodies. And so if you love KCX as much as we do, pick some up. The Color Lock stuff is some of the absolute best that you can pick up for your car's interior, especially if you have leather. I mean, Color Lock is just incredible stuff. And then obviously DPT, if you're looking to do some protection, whether it's a coating on the exterior, the interior, whatever that may be. And then the door busters are just a great way to save a ton and get some pretty decent product. I mean, like 50% off, up to 50% off, which is pretty crazy. So I think we're gonna start this off with obviously foaming, the active foam. Dane, with you in the studio, please feel free to kick over any questions or any type of relative topics to Valentine's Day. We want to make this obviously special. This has just got water in it here on the PF22 foam cannon, so we're gonna go ahead and fill this up. But yeah, really, this is going to be just kind of a fun hangout session. We wanted to clean up Carolyn's car. We wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day. Again, who was in charge to bring chocolates?
It wasn't me, yeah.
It wasn't you.
Would have been a good idea, though.
Dane, was that on you?
Honestly, true story. I skipped Valentine's and I went straight for the Easter candy, and I ate mine for dessert at lunch. So,
did you? Okay.
Yeah, remember I was eating a Cadbury egg.
You were eating a Cadbury egg. I was wondering, where'd you get a Cadbury egg from?
Target.
Target? Sweet. Now, I don't even know what my favorite. I don't think I have a favorite Valentine's Day
Yeah.
candy. But you know what?
I like Easter candy.
You know what's pretty good? Just a box of C's candy. I haven't had a box of C's candy
Yeah.
in forever. It's not bad, right? It's an old classic. It's a staple.
I like the Reese's Hearts. It's funny, like they're like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but I feel like they're better in the heart shape.
Yeah.
They just taste better.
Agreed.
So yeah, I
so
did
we're
buy a
gonna
bunch of
pull
Reese's
Jimmy
Hearts.
over here in just a minute. When Jimmy is ready to rock and roll. Finally, we have the right size gloves. Who brought these?
I don't know. I found them in a drawer.
Did you?
Yeah.
These are Anthony size gloves. This is what I'm talking about. Normally I'm like swimming.
I know. Normally they're
I'm
like
swimming.
saggy
I'm
hands. Yeah.
swimming in them, and so now
Yeah.
this is like kind of nice. So we're gonna get Jimmy over here, and we're actually gonna give you a walk around of the car to show you guys that it is in fact dirty
Yeah.
and it is in need of a wash. So
Yeah.
Jimmy, come along. Check this out. So we got Carolyn's Denali here, lowers here, absolutely filthy.
Yeah.
Tires,
Yeah,
Tires
dirt.
are
all
real
browned
dirty.
up,
Yeah.
just how you would want. Couple love marks, couple scuff marks on the wheels, but we're not going to look at those, right?
We
That's
call
not
that
important.
kiss the curb since it's Valentine's Day.
Yes, yes.
Kiss the curb.
Give it a nice kiss.
Little curb kisses.
Now,
Yes.
if you come around the back here, you can see this is coated. This is coated in a nice layer of filth, and so this will be nice. Now, one other cool thing, right? If you love Rag Company stickers and you want to pick up a sticker for yourself, right now we do have a limited sticker for Valentine's Day, which is pretty sweet. So if you want to, rock that, I don't know, that TRC love, then you can throw one on the back of your car, throw it in your little tool chest, throw it on your refrigerator, whatever it may be. But yeah, these are going to be just the standard sticker, then we have the limited stickers. So the car is filthy. I just wanted to show you guys that before we jump into this because it's going to be very clean by the time we're done. All right, Sid, we are going to go and dry actually with active foam.
Okay. So
So
we're
we're
going to
gonna-
start wheels and tires?
Do you want to do it wheels and tires first or second?
I think that's the age-old debate. I think you always got to do wheels and tires. At least get them soaking, right?
We can soak them. Do you want to just do that? We would,
Yeah.
or do you want to do active foam? Let it actually. Well, I'm trying to think time-wise.
Yeah.
We could do active foam, let it dwell, and then rinse it, and then knock out the wheels and tires since we already have the wet water, right, or the tip on, or we just knock out wheels and tires first.
I'm sorry, wet water?
I say we knock out wheels and tires.
Wheels and
And the
wet
reason that
water.
I say that is
Ding.
because here you can do the smelly wheel cleaner.
Okay.
I'll do the Green Star because I'm going to pre-spray these.
Do you want to do it
you're
dry or
gonna-
do you want to do it wet?
I do it dry.
Do it dry. Go for it. You're going to do the whole process dry?
Nope, you're going to do this part.
Okay.
I'm going to do the Green Star in the fender wells.
Okay.
And I'm going to open up these doors to get the running boards out because they are so dirty.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put this on the tires also. And
Cool.
this thing needs pumped up.
Yeah.
Man, when do those battery operated ones come out?
Battery operated ones come out soon. Soon. Yeah.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Okay, I'm going to pop that. These ones that fold up get so dirty.
Well, it's a race against time before they go back.
Yep. Oh no, I left the door popped.
Oh, good. So it's a little pop there.
Oh yeah, I've got a whole method. I know the secret.
Now, I do have some questions here while you guys are
Okay.
working there. If you'd like to tackle a few,
Yeah,
I'll go ahead
shoot.
and start throwing them out there. First of all, Joey Belinsky asking a very good question. Is there a coating on Mama Bear's Denali?
I believe there is, but I don't know what it is.
I
Anthony.
want to say that there was diamond body on here at one point, which is actually, it's been years now. I'm talking like 3 years or so. So whether it's still on there or not, I am not sure. We haven't actually washed Carolyn's car in, it's been like a year for me. I haven't washed this car in forever. Gabe may have washed it since then, but as far as I know, I don't know if anything that's like left on there is actually sticking. And so one thing we will be doing is protector wax as kind of our final last treatment. So even if there is no protection, nothing's left, we're going to be adding something here at the end. And protector wax, we'll be using it actually through the foam cannon and putting it on that way. And it works like really, really well. So it'll be cool.
All
Knock
right.
out the front wheels here. Get Magic Wheel Cleaner on these. And I'll knock out just that driver's side and let that dwell.
Now, Anthony and Sydney, I believe you both had experience working on this vehicle before multiple times.
Yep.
But Anna Longfield here asking, are all GM paints as bad as GM Black?
I don't think so. I do think that GM Black is still the worst, but all GM paint is pretty hard. and it is pretty hard to get like really deep scratches out of. So it's not, I would not say any of them are fun to correct, but definitely not as finicky as the black. I don't know what they put in that black paint, but it is awful. And I thought it got better, and then I did a new GM black, and it was not easy. Not easy.
And I think this one's pretty relevant to what you guys are going to be doing, but
Okay.
I've got Bert Roan here asking, afternoon all. Question, what soaps/foams does TRC have that specifically target road salt?
TRC specifically target road salt. So we don't have anything that like we would like is marketed as targeting road salt, to be honest. But anything that's going to be either more acidic or more alkaline will still do a good job at basically neutralizing that or trying to cancel some of that out. You can go with something that's even more acidic. So for example, you can go like reactivation shampoo if you wanted to do that, and that would work actually really, really well. Crystal wash also works really, really well.
Crystal wash and even frostbite. My favorite for road salt, we get a lot of road salt here, obviously in Idaho. So I do crystal wash and frostbite, and those two seem to get the majority of the salt off. I think too though, and I don't know about other states, but here ours is a salt brine, so it's not as difficult to get off as maybe some other states.
So normally, in the city we have like magnesium chloride, which is probably the most common stuff, and then but I know where you guys are at. Where you're at in Hidden Springs, I think they hit that stuff a little bit of a harsher stuff because you guys have the inclines, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of a difference there. But you use frostbite all the time, and
yeah, it works
no
great.
issues.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, it works great. But I usually do crystal wash too, so
yeah,
I crystal wash every car. It
Excellent.
makes my job easier.
And then David Boyce just sharing the love because, Valentine's Day show. Excellent to see Sydney 2 days in a row. She killed that interior detail on the Jeep, making big moves.
Thank you.
By the
David's a
way,
big
that was
fan.
a Mazda.
David's a big fan of
That's
Sydney.
nice. That's nice.
Wonderful.
I wish he was as excited to see me, David. You see me
No,
multiple times a week. and I
David was
never get
leaving
compliments
comments
like that. What the
on
heck?
that video. David, don't think I didn't notice your comments about how apparently Anthony and I are slackers for not helping Sydney with that detail. That was hilarious when I saw that. He's like, Levi would have helped. Levi's a gentleman. And I'm like, come on.
David.
It's all right. I responded and
David.
said I'm used to working by myself. It's all good.
Yeah, that doesn't exactly save us from the bus we're being run over by.
I know. Darn it.
True. All right, so
It's all
Sid,
Yeah.
what do you want to do now?
Should we scrub the wheels and
Probably
tires?
should scrub the wheels and
Yeah,
tires.
we should probably get that stuff off there, right? Yeah, we should scrub them.
Hey, so here's what I'm thinking.
You want me to do it?
I'm actually gonna foam the entire paintwork because by the time we're done with all
Okay.
the wheels and tires, we'll be ready to ready
Right,
to
and then
rock
we can
roll.
rinse, right? Yeah,
Cool.
just don't foam me.
That's
the only rule.
Do you want me to foam it first? Because I can get something on the wheels for you too.
Well, you get ready. Tell me when you're about to foam, and I'll move.
All right.
But I'm going to start scrubbing because this side
you go.
is good to go.
PF22 with active foam in here at a TRC dilution, TRC spec, which is just a couple glugs, and we're just going to go ahead and send it, and hopefully it puts on a good show. And so, let's go ahead and plug this in and get to spraying. I'm glad Anthony and Dane survived Florida. Anna, I am also
Thank you, Anna.
glad we survived Florida. That was an important thing because MTE, let's just say a lot of people ended up getting sick after the show there, and so somehow we made it out unscathed, and so did Sydney too, which is good. So we're all in good health. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start foaming down this side first. Go. Okay, so I'm going to come around here.
I love how every time we foam a vehicle against those white walls, the vehicle just
Yeah,
goes into like
disappears.
an invisibility force field, just like
It's
it
kind of
cloaks
cool.
itself.
Yeah,
The cameras just can't handle it.
kind of cool. So this smells really good.
Yeah, it does. Active foam, honestly,
Oh, yeah.
it's the scent of Valentine's Day. It's like a
It kind of
sandalwood
is.
kind of smell. You know, you can light a candle, do a little active foam in your garage. You know, maybe get a couple chocolate-covered strawberries, and make it a date night for yourself, right? Get lost in the sauce. You know, set the mood, right? And then just enjoy a sensual wash, but don't touch active foam with your hands though, because it is slightly higher alkalinity. So that's why we're doing active foam first as our pre-treatment, and then following that we'll do GSF in the foam cannon again with it in the bucket, because that is pH neutral and that is something that you can touch with your hands. So, you know, just a couple wise words.
Joey wanted to throw out a little appreciation for the ceiling camera, because he likes the representation for himself. People like him that's basically their vantage point for everything.
Yeah. So we can see what he sees.
Yeah, it's just, living vicariously through his eyes. Very nice. Anna Longfield also pointing out that this is her favorite GM color. It is a really, really nice color.
It is a nice color, yeah.
I think they just call it crimson, but yeah, it's a very deep red. It's not quite brownish burgundy. It's just a really deep red, but it's got metallic to it. And then I've also got Steve here saying that he can smell that active foam through his screen. This is going to be a great
amazing.
aromatic experience.
Nice.
Steve knows what's up.
Man, if anybody could invent smell-o-vision, the game would change.
Smell-o-vision?
Yeah.
I know.
I think they tried that back in the 50s. Mixed bag.
Was it Dane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Anna Longfield wanted to also point out that, her perspective is just whatever a kid sees.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Anna. It's a pretty stark, dramatic difference there, but yeah. Ooh, okay. We got a good question here from Thunder Dude. I got some concrete splashed on my car, which is now dried on the paint. Do you guys have any experience with dried concrete removal? What products should I look into?
So there actually is several different types of concrete remover that you can use. Right, that is going to be meant for paint. Levi, I'm trying to, why can't I think of this right now? Levi's favorite thing, well, I want to say lacquer thinner, but he used, I'm trying to think off the top of my head what Levi used all the time, because he would see more concrete than we would see. Sydney, do you remember what Levi's concrete mix was that he liked to use to get rid of concrete?
I don't.
It was a particular acid, but it's
Yeah.
not. My brain isn't working right
don't
now.
It was a
remember the name of
muriatic
it.
acid, was it?
No, it's not. I think
it was something special.
it was something that was still paint safe. That was going to be more ideal for that kind of stuff. But I know there's several different concrete removing products out there. I just know that we don't have anything.
Yeah.
specifically for
Obviously,
that.
anytime you're messing with acids, especially the kind that can do that, be careful, guys. Just be careful.
I feel like you might have to get it at like an auto paint store. Like you're gonna have to find it at a store that specifically carries all those, specialty type removers and stuff. But it's gonna be some kind of crazy acid. You're not gonna be able to find it on Amazon. Okay, we're almost ready to rinse here. This is my last one.
Okay, we're good to go. I got the other soap mixed up, so we're ready to rock there. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this, and we're going to see what this did on the back of the vehicle. So I'm going to rinse the back where you laid down some active foam.
Okay, I'm good.
And honestly, I think I probably should have put a little bit more active foam than what I put. I put a pretty low dilution based on what I was seeing here out of the foam cannon, so I probably could have laid it on a little bit thicker. But I went through multiple times and kind of just re-rinsed areas. So let's go ahead and see what we did.
David Cervantes popped in there to say hydrochloric or muriatic acid. There were a couple of people who said muriatic acid, so that was my guess. But that's the kind of thing you just, once again, be careful, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Anthony, question, I think you can answer this one. Chrome here was wondering why the foam looks so watery.
That's what I'm saying. I think that I under-diluted it. It's either that. Okay, there's two things.
Needed another glug.
What's that?
Needed another glug.
I need another glug. Here's the other thing I'm thinking. Last time I used that foam cannon, I think we laid down SO3 on it, which is the hydrofoam sealant. I'm wondering if I may have clogged something. I don't think I clogged something, but I don't think I rinsed out that foam can after I used it. So I'm wondering if it's either blocked up and something's not working right, or I did not put enough product in. So we'll see.
Now, this one I'll direct towards Sydney. I've got DIY with Kane saying wash and wax shampoos versus wash then topper like bead maker, preference, question mark.
I am more of a topper after the wash, mainly because I think that any time that you combine a product like a wash and a wax, you're not getting the full effectiveness. So I'm kind of the type that if I'm going to do a bucket wash, I want to make sure the car gets clean. And so I like to put my own topper on. Also, a wax in the soap is not bad, but it's not really giving you any protection that is measurable, that you can count on. So I prefer to use a topper after. Part of that's also just because the experience for me as the person doing the wash. I mean, that's the best part, right? Is the finish, getting to put a topper on and have it shine and look different. So, I think it just depends on how into details you are. If you're somebody that just needs to get in, get out, you just want to get your car washed and have it look pretty decent, then, the wash and wax are fine. But I like to keep them separate and, because then I'm also using that topper as like a final wipe to get rid of any streaking from the towels or, water drips, things like that. So I'm more of a separate type person on that. I do like that camera. That's cool.
We're getting a lot of comments on you guys missing the roof there. So, of course, Anthony's starting to get it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are really using that to bag on the detail here. So, hey, you know what? Keeps us honest.
We'll get
I like
it.
that.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
Truth be told, the roof is not, and see, I say it like you, Dane, roof, but people get mad. So I normally say roof, but I'll say roof. I don't normally worry too much about those during this active foam process, just because generally speaking, it's not as dirty as the sides and things like that. So we will make sure we get it when we foam it with our contact foam. So don't worry, we got this.
Yeah,
it's
going to be all right.
Oh no!
No, you're really gonna get it.
I've hit the vehicle with the hose. Don't crucify me. All right, so now we're gonna lay down GSF, add another TRC dilution of a couple glugs. I'm hoping that this is gonna put on a better show because I put quite a bit more inside here.
Yep.
So either I'm under diluting, or there is something that is either clogged in our foam cannon or something, because this should be putting on a pretty decent show. So
okay, while you do that, I'm gonna go grab step stools.
Okay, cool.
So we can do the roof.
Sounds good.
I'll get to DIY with Kane's question here in a moment when Sydney comes back.
I'll be right there. I'm just grabbing a step here. All right, I'm ready, Dane.
All right, so DIY with Kane here is saying, hi Anthony and Sid, I'm getting a new Explorer in 2 months. I was planning on Rupe's Uno Pure Polish, then Gion Mo's Evo. Good plan? Question mark. PNS or Koch-Chemie have a better alternative? They're wondering.
So I have used Rupe's Uno Pure. I have not used the Gion product. I'm assuming that is a ceramic coating, or maybe it's a sealant. I'm not sure. So here's my deal. I do a lot of new vehicles, and I've never had one that only needed a very fine polish, if that makes sense. So I would be a little bit wary of that, unless the Gion is a spray sealant, then you're probably fine. But all the new cars, even ones that are ordered fresh off the trailer, they still have a lot of just, defects, scratches and defects from the manufacturing process. So I'm a little bit more of a fan of doing like a one-step correction, like with rehab or you know, something like that you can cut and finish in one, where you're still getting like a true correction and you're making sure that you get all those deep scratches out. So I would choose a little bit heavier than an Uno Pure by itself. And then do you know what, Anthony, do you know what the Guion Mohs Evo is? I don't know what that is.
What are you asking?
Guion Mohs Evo, is that a spray sealant or a ceramic?
Should be a coating, yeah.
Okay, so yes, so I would do more than pure polish before putting a coating on, because you want to make sure to get all of those surface defects out. Obviously on the PNS side, we do rehab, and then stout is like crazy. It's so easy and like so long lasting. Koch has a lot of really good compounds, polishes, probably some that you could get away with, like a one step that might be better than why can I not say that word today? Rupes Uno Pure. I just don't think Pure is going to give you enough correction, even straight out the gate. I mean, these new cars that come in are, I mean, I probably do, I don't know, 10 new cars a month, and I promise you they are not in like new condition.
Yeah, no, that's where you know, you could jump into something like, so I'm trying to think. For what you're looking for, Pure is like that's like a lotion, man. I mean,
Right,
it's like
yeah.
it's like the
Yeah.
finest of fine.
Yeah.
So if you're doing any type of, you know, light correction, hyper polish is great. Fine cut is fantastic from Koch. You can go with any of the Rupes. You can go with coarse. You can go with the coarse, or you can go with the polish from Rupes. Last cut, obviously amazing as usual. Then rehab, right?
Yeah.
Rehab's going to give you a really long working time. It'll cut through pretty much all that stuff you're going to find on a new car. And when you pair it with something like a maroon or a blueberry, I mean, it's going to finish out beautiful as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so. And that's the pad, obviously, from Buff and Shine. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we've laid on GSF now. This is looking like how we want it to look,
Yeah.
right? It's having good dwell time.
Yep.
We have GSF in the bucket, and then shout out to Jose at Unlimited Car Details, because he sent us
Oh,
some
yeah.
bucket warmers.
Yes, thank you,
and
Jose.
so we have
So
bucket
great.
warmers that we are actually using here in the buckets. We pulled them out because you don't want to throw your pads in there with it, but it got these buckets up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
In less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
From 40, it was like
Right.
42 degrees, because
Yeah.
it's a, 15-degree day
We've had
here.
some freezing problems here
And
today.
yeah, we had some freezing problems. So we have 100-degree water that we're putting our hands into, and trust me, it feels so
nice.
so nice.
Really nice.
So
Yeah, super
shout out
impressive.
to Jose for sending that out to us.
Super impressive.
All right, we doing
All right.
this? We
Yep.
jumping in?
Yeah, do you want to do the roof, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll do the roof.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick this stool over here, and I think I can. Yeah. We'll figure this out.
All right, you guys get to start on that, and then I got a good question here from Sheepstar, who has been threatening attacks with ducks and horses if I don't ask his question.
Oh my
no.
goodness.
So, you know, very, very real, very frightening threats. But Sheepstar here with, what's your thoughts on using all-in-one type products over a full polish / compound when it comes to clear coat preservation? Seems like aloes are underutilized, or all-in-ones. He just kind of had it spelled out.
So
funny
an
there.
all-in-one, right? So let's just say we take Rupes Uno Advance, for example. Uno Advance is incredible. It's amazing. Realistically, if you weren't a fan of coatings and you were wanting to do a polish on your vehicle every single year, you could use Rupes Uno Advance, no issues. And you could do that. Get rid of your light marring, you know, slight scratches that you'll get just from daily driving. You'll be able to have a reset every single year, and the protection will last you long enough to get you through that next year as well. So we have several all-in-ones that are amazing. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for in terms of protection, right? Because if you're going with something like Uno Advance, which you'll get a year of protection out of, amazing. If you're looking for something that's a little bit less, you know, long-term, you can go with micro cut and finish. You can go with, I'm trying to think, what else that we have as an all-in-one off the top of my head. Doesn't
UCP.
UCP, but how long is that UCP lasting?
I mean, a good 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months,
You
okay.
know, yeah.
So you can use UCP. We use Uno Advanced all the time, and then before Uno Advanced, we were using Uno Protect with Bead Maker, that combo,
Yeah.
all the time. And
Right.
so,
That gets
and
you
that was,
longer,
you know,
yeah.
a good, you know, 3 to 6 months of protection, depending on, you know, how well it sets up. But I mean, Yeah, I mean, I highly recommend all-in-ones. I don't think that they're underutilized. I think that the people that are usually using them are people in a production setup, or people like weekend warriors that are taking on small projects, right? Like Levi, that's all he was using when he was doing cars out of his garage just earlier this year. But for me, that's not something I'm going to use because I'm an absolute perfectionist, and so if I'm going to put in all the work of polishing, I want it to last me a few years, and so that's when I'll usually go with the coating myself. But
I'm glad you said that, because that's how I feel too. I think that there's a time and a place for all-in-ones. I personally, in my shop, I don't offer that service.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to polish if it's not, for good purpose. So, obviously I'm a huge fan of the wash clay seal, and I feel like that process alone is as effective as, doing an all-in-one. Oh, my ear thing just fell out. And so I do either the wash clay seal or I do paint correction and coating. I just don't do that in between phase, for sure. But I do think there's absolutely a place, and as I'm going around training, I find that a lot of like mobile detailers, that service fits their business model better.
Yeah.
And so I think that's great. I think there's a time and a place, for sure. I think there's a lot of great ones out on the market. I just don't do it as part of my shop, but no judgment from me. I just
Sheepstar here did follow up and said it seems that all-in-ones need to have better dedicated topping products that play well with them.
Back in here.
Well,
and he's saying, Sydney, is this something PNS is considering? He's trying to fish, I think.
Let me see if I can figure this out.
Toppers for an all-in-one, I think, God, dude, I think there's so many freaking toppers out there. I think you can just pick whatever the heck you want. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something on a chemistry, basis that's like designed to top that specific all-in-one with maybe a very similar, chemical compound, I guess I can understand that. But I mean, most of the modern day products out there, I mean, everything can kind of stick to everything. I got hit right there.
Wow, what happened?
Kidney.
Oh my gosh, it's
Blew
like the
up.
exact.
Oh, no. Gotta get you another one.
I probably should get to the hospital. Okay, no, basically, the way I see it is any of the all-in-ones, top it off with whatever the heck you want to top it off with.
Yeah.
Bead maker, dream maker, any quick detailer, defender, SO02, or whatever you want to do. I mean, if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick. But I mean, for the most part, any all-in-one usually isn't going to have a ton of protection in it. That's why Uno Advanced, having about 12 months of protection in it, is such like a game-changing product, because it does last that long. But outside of that, though, I mean, shoot, you can do Uno Advanced, hit it with Defender 6 months later, keep the protection going. I think there's a lot of options. It just depends on what you want to do.
All right.
Where are you at? I don't even know where the heck
I have washed this entire side contact. I did the hood. I've not done the front grille, so I'll do that next.
Okay, this side over here is still.
Yeah, and then have we done the back? I usually save the back to last because it's always.
Yeah, we'll save the back to last.
It's always dirtiest.
I'm gonna knock out.
Okay, I think I got my earbud back in. We're gonna hope.
There is something on this Sid, because it feels slick.
Yeah, it's still slick, totally.
Like the lowers are probably contaminated, but the rest of this thing feels pretty good.
All right, now I've got a question here. Oh dear, from Joe Wetzel. You know how he can get.
Oh, hi,
We've
Joe.
got Vigor Auto Detailing asking, Sydney, will you be my Valentine?
Oh, of course, Joe, always.
Joe, so kind.
Oh, Joe. Well, there's your answer, Joe. And then I've got a question from Barry DeHart wondering if Anthony got his energy shot. I'm going to assume he's working on it.
I know, I did. Dude. I was jacked up for, a good half a day after drinking that. But I mean, I think that the rest of that trip, we actually, what did we end up getting, Dane? We got a bunch of those caffeine ices, didn't we?
Yeah. They're lower caffeine than like a full-on energy drink, but they kind of split the difference.
I was like living off of those for how many days after, and I felt pretty good.
Yeah. And then Anna wants to know how your back is doing because of,
Back things.
Yeah.
It's been a
I'm doing
topic.
better. I went to physical therapy today. They had my stomach dry needled, believe it or not, because I think it's going to help with some muscle imbalance things. But I actually did pretty good the whole entire MTE trip. I don't think I complained a whole lot, did I, Dane?
No, you were actually really on the ball. You didn't complain about your back more than maybe once that I can recall, like at all.
Yeah, no, I did pretty good. The flight home freaking killed me, though.
Yeah, it was a long flight with no breaks, so.
Freaking from Orlando to Seattle, 6.5 hours. We had wind working against us. Not my favorite. Not my favorite
longest
thing.
flight you could make across the contiguous U.S., basically.
It literally was. It was. That was a little rough. But outside of that, though, I think progress is still being made, and let's keep this train going, right?
So we have a situation on the back.
Oh no.
Did you feel it?
I did feel it.
Yeah.
It feels pretty rough.
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
So do we have any of those reset clay scrubbers?
We do have some of those clay scrubbers.
I would feel bad drying it the way that it is.
Yeah. Did you wash it though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're washed. So let's go ahead and we'll grab a clay scrubber. We're going to throw it into the mix
bucket.
here.
Yeah. You might want to grab 2.
Yeah.
Oh, Sydney, I got one here.
Pretty bad. Okay.
This is funny. It's a super chat, so it's going to require you guys to clap, even with your soapy hands. So we're just going to throw that out there.
Nice.
Granted, it's somebody with a customer service question. They're having an issue with a towel. We're going to help them. So Jacob Lamb, $4.99. Thank you very much, Jacob. I'm clapping for you. All right, appreciate that. So he says, hey guys, I bought the Ultra Rip-N Rags off the glass coating section online. They're super grippy and leave lint. Am I doing something wrong? It sounds like whatever product he's using it with. I don't experience that ever with especially the Ultras. Like
Ultra, yeah.
They're
No, that's
pearls.
weird.
Pretty
that's pretty
not
weird.
Super common.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even heard other people say that they run into that. But
Yeah.
What glass cleaner are you using?
I don't doubt if you're having an issue. Then I don't want to minimize that. It's just I haven't heard people say that. So as far as that goes, Jacob, I think.
Yeah.
Take a look at the products you're using. We'd like to know specifically like what glass cleaner you're using or whatever product you're using to clean glass. That's a starting point. And what condition the glass is in. Say, for example, if it's, heavily contaminated. I'm just trying to think if there's other factors at play here.
Yeah, that's really strange. The Ultras, because they're the Pro Weave, they shouldn't be linting.
No, not at all.
That is wild.
What the heck, Carolyn?
I know.
What is...
I don't know if you guys can hear that.
She drives
but
up
it is,
north regularly, so that's a trip up into the country part of Idaho.
Yeah. That is what you call like environmental fallout.
Yeah, this is a...
So, Anthony, any tips here for Jacob, who very kindly super chatted?
So what I would say, you could try to wash them. I would take a look at your clay, not your clay, but your glass cleaner that you're using.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if the glass cleaner is not providing enough glide, and also check whether your glass is contaminated or not. Right? Is your glass actually pulling some fibers out? Right? Is there contamination on there?
Yeah.
So I'd look at that. Just the Pro Weaves on the Ultra Rip-N Rags just not super common. It's as far as like linting goes, that's like probably one of the least linting towels that we probably even offer. So
it's just such a strange thing to happen with those.
I would say take a look at the cleaner you're using, take a look at the glass, how does it feel, and then reevaluate. Try a different towel, right? Is the different towel linting as well? That's just
it might just be the particular towels that you grabbed. If you try other ones and you don't experience that, then it could just be a fluke. But if you do have issues, by all means, reach out to our customer service. They're happy to help, and they can definitely work with you if the need presents itself. So don't be a stranger. Definitely get in touch, and they'll take care of you. Yeah. All right. So moving along the line here, I've got Neil White. TRC, are there any vids from your trip to Florida coming out? Well, we just got back, and Jimmy, who is the great guy you see walking around with the camera a lot of the time, he plans out our video release schedule on the YouTube channel. So knowing how far those get planned out in advance at this point, we're producing videos a long time in advance these days. You probably won't see those for a little bit. Occasionally one will get moved ahead in the schedule, but it's not necessarily happening every time. So I would say don't hold your breath for those coming out like next week or anything. They still need to be made, and there's a lot of other stuff in the pipeline too. So it kind of cracks me up when people are like, oh my gosh, I saw this other channel release a video and then you did the same thing. And it's like, dude, we've had that in the pipeline for like 3-4 months. and there's an overlap and they think it's some kind of conspiracy. And it's like, no, pretty sure we actually did that one first. But okay, go ahead and think what you're going to think. Anyway, moving along the line here.
This thing, this back of this thing was wasted. Sorry, I'm kind of in the, I think me and Sydney both got in like actual like fix
You're in the
it
zone.
mode.
Yeah.
Because like that was like, this is actually a bad thing. So let's go ahead and fix this. Turned into a little bit less of a wash at that point. I was like, what's going on here? This feels significantly better now.
It's
amazing.
amazing.
And I would consider that to be pretty heavy contamination. And
very heavy.
And the Ultra Clay Scrubber was able to cut through that. And so we just, what I did is I topped it off. I actually grabbed some Koch-Chemie clay spray. Even though there was soap on the back here, I just hit it with some more clay spray just to play it safe. And felt great. Felt really, really good. So
cool.
As far as videos to look forward to. So coming soon, I don't know if Jimmy got the update, but we do have a wash and talk with Matt at Obsessed Garage, and his garage is about like 2 hours long.
That's for their channel. That's not coming out on our channel. That's for their channel.
So it's going to be on their channel, but so you'll be able to watch that, and it's me and Matt razzing each other. 2 hours. I think you guys will like it. It's the reason why people like seeing me, because people like seeing him challenged. And you know, there's a couple of parts in that thing where I challenge him. I think we have a lot of fun, and so.
You're one of the few people who gets away with doing that.
Well, I don't know
That's
why.
the fun of watching it. Yeah, I don't think he tolerates many people giving him like pushback like that, but with you, he does take notice.
Well,
other times, he'll shut you down real fast if he's just feeling a particular way about something.
We've been friends for many years, so I think it works out well. Yeah, so that's coming out, and I think that'll be a really fun one. We will actually watch his GT3 RS, which is cool, and so you'll see that here. Hopefully, we'll have an idea when it's coming out here within the next, I don't know, week or so. Hopefully, maybe within the next week. Jimmy, what's going on with your camera over here?
It's a little bit crazy.
Cameraman Jimmy is fighting the gimbal like it's like he's like a gunner on a tank right now. Like, what is going on?
Over there.
What's going on? So I am going to rinse this GSF off actually, and then we're actually going to foam on the protector wax, which I'm really excited for because we've actually never foamed on protector wax on a live, or I think actually ever on vehicle or ever on video. So it puts on a killer show. The first time I did this was actually at our East Coast Adventure, which was over on the East Coast, you know, and we went to Long Island Detail Supply, and we did like a live demo there with the KCX boys, and I think like everybody was just like blown away by like how good this car felt, because like SO03, like the new hydrofoam sealant, feels really good. Like it feels like you know, under the hand it feels good. Protector wax feels like pretty next level.
Nice.
But hydrofoam sealant you're going to get a little bit longer protection out of.
Nice. Dane, did you want me to answer that question from Anna?
Yes, I was trying to get Anna's question out there so you guys could see it, and then it got pulled down. But
no problem.
I don't have control over when they get pulled down.
Yes. So is there a reason to get every single type of pad in a line? So I'm not going to say every single one, but I do like to have, you know, a good range of pads. So do you need like 2 different, you know, fine finishing pads? No. I think in that sense you find which ones you like. You know, obviously we all know I'm a big fan of the Buff and Shine pads, and so in the EdgeGuard line I have every color. The ones that I would say that are a little bit repetitive would maybe be the black and white. I don't think you need both the black and white. I tend to choose the black because it's truly the finest finishing, and if I'm doing a situation where I'm finishing, I want the finest foam. So I have both the black and white, but I don't think that, you know, the average person needs both. I think when it comes to wool and microfiber, you just have to figure out which one you like, and then you only need that one. I don't think that you need 4 different types of wool or 4 different types of microfiber. When it comes to the foam pads, that's where it's a little bit more tricky because each one has a different cutting level and each one's going to work differently with the compound or polish that you're using. So I am a big fan of having the entire range when we're talking about something like the foam pads, but the microfiber and wool, I don't think you need the entire thing. I will also add that I think that when you have those pads, you also need the corresponding 3-inch pads, because I see this a lot, and I think it's, unfortunate is somebody will do the whole correction and say like the blue or maroon, and then they'll do the 3-inch sections in blue or maroon, and then what happens is they end up having spots that have marring or something in it because they can't get in with the fine finishing with the 3-inch pad if they don't have the right foam. So for me, if I have it in a 5-inch, I have it in a 3-inch, and I generally then have to go to the 2-inch and the 1-inch too. So I like to keep my corrections super consistent, because it's kind of like opening Pandora's box. If you leave a spot that then is not, perfect or at that certain level, that's going to be the part that sticks out like a sore thumb. So I am a fan of investing in the entire line. I also feel like it helps you, not have as much wear and tear on your pads. So everything for me, I break it down price per use and the investment. And, as long as I have enough pads and I have the right pads for the job, it makes those pads last a lot longer because I'm not trying to push them beyond their limits. So, yes.
All right. Then I've got DIY with Kane wondering, Rip and Rag Ultras, are they good for ceramic coating leveling, use and throw, ? I would say yes.
Yes.
They're very good for leveling.
Yes, absolutely. I don't necessarily care for them as my second wipe, but always I use the Ultra Rip and Rag for my first wipe. So
yes.
Definitely. So I use that for my leveling, and then I always throw them away. For sure, on these Pearl Weave, I just don't think it's worth the risk to try to soak it out of them, and just the way that the pearl works and holds onto the material. For me, I'm always throw all your coating towels away because it's a cost of doing business. I just don't think it's worth something that is, worth trying to save, because how do you know which ones you saved and which ones you didn't? So awesome for leveling, throw them away.
Yeah, there's a lot of profit in ceramic coating jobs for detailers. Just price it into what you're doing. Understand.
Exactly.
Using those towels maybe for like door jams or other stuff if you want to keep them around afterwards. We get it. Like you spend your money, you want to save this stuff, and they are meant to work that way. But with ceramic coatings in particular, that's where it becomes a little bit of an issue. So,
right. And at some point, you're going to forget what it's been used for. Right. It's going to get mixed in with the other ones. So I should say throw it away for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So
foaming it on.
So we're gonna foam it on. So here's the thing with the dilutions, right?
Yeah.
So when you're going in the back here, right? So you can apply up to a ratio of 1 to 2, right? 1 to 2 basically, if you want to do just a straight up like undiluted dosing pump, whatever it says, right? And then recommended usage per car, hot, cold wax is 13 to 19 milliliters, foam wax is 13 to 19 milliliters, pressure wax is 16 to 23 milliliters, and then self-service car wash, manual, like low pressure foam cannons, 1 to 200, 1 to 500 is technically what you can put in it. So it dilutes like quite well, right?
Yeah, okay.
But again, it's not going to last a whole long time.
Right.
I'm going to kind of just do
and given that it's mixing with the pressure washer, we really don't know where we're going to end up, but right.
I'm pretty
so
much
would you
just
think
going to
do a little heavier than normal?
I'm doing like a cap and a half. That's pretty much all I'm doing.
Okay.
DIY with Kane is asking you guys a question. Why protector wax versus Koch-Chemie S003?
I think it's because we've never used protector wax on camera before in a foam cannon. I was like, this could be kind of fun. I think I want to do this.
Yeah.
So,
why not?
Why not? Now, the smell of this is the same as GSF, believe it or not. So it actually smells really good. So for this, Sid, it's pretty easy. I mean, like literally just foam it on, then you can crap. You can foam it on and rinse it off. I think I've also seen people foam it on and dry it after they're done. Let it dwell, so you can do that too. But I think we will rinse it. So let's go and see if this works.
Nice.
Oh, Sid, you'll love this.
So you actually see it already beating off almost immediately here, which is pretty cool.
I think it's this one.
I don't know if you can see that.
Okay. Wow, that's really cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
It's instantaneous.
Wow. Yeah, that's really cool.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
Do that again.
Also, the
Love that.
sound effect is kind of interesting.
rocks.
Yeah,
right?
it does. It sounds like pop rocks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
It's like cool. Now, generally speaking, you want to do this outside and you want to do this in a well-ventilated area. We're probably going to turn on the exhaust fan here in a minute. But yeah, this is just to kind of show you guys. It's pretty cool. So I'll just hit the rest of the vehicle really quick.
DIY with Kane also wants to know, do you use a drying aid after protector wax or SO03?
I don't know if he's talking.
That's quick.
Isn't that cool?
That is so cool. So what exactly is this product? Like, is it a carnauba based or a silicone based?
I think it is silicone based.
Okay.
I honestly I should have knowing that I was going to probably do this in today's video. I should have asked Jason. Jason from KCX was actually here yesterday, and that would have been a great
cool.
question
I wish
to
you
ask
guys
him.
could hear this.
What's that?
I wish they could hear the popping.
The sizzling
I don't know
sound.
if you can hear the
I don't
sizzle.
know if
It's
it's
like
a
a
good-
yeah, it's like a sizzle. It's
Do you
kind of cool.
have the rinse?
Oh
the,
yeah.
Sheepstar is screaming at you guys to go on the roof again.
Oh my goodness.
The roof has been done.
Okay.
I think we got the roof.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna try to get the sizzle. Do you hear it?
Yeah, a little
It
bit.
just sizzles,
I can
yeah.
hear it in my
Yeah.
earpiece at least.
So what's crazy
Yeah,
is this
it's
stuff
like little
looks.
sizzle. Yeah, it's pretty
when I
cool.
rinse this off, this car is going to glow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay,
I know. I don't know why we've never done this before.
I'm ready. Wow, that's really cool.
The roof. Look at the roof.
The roof.
The roof is
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. So did we answer the question, Anthony, of after this, will we use a drying aid or no?
What's that?
So somebody asked the question, after we applied this, will we still use a drying aid or was this considered our drying?
No, this is it. We're just gonna
Okay.
dry it. That's
Okay.
it. That's
Yeah.
it. Just gonna dry
Yeah,
it.
it certainly doesn't look like it needs one. For sure. Yes, the sizzle sounds like grilling steaks. That's exactly. It almost sounds like, you know, when you put water in a hot pan. It's kind of like that. Yeah. Really enjoyed Sydney and the other guy on the Q&A.
Yeah, I love that one. Anthony, you and I just need to pack it up because they want Sydney and quote the other guy. Don't remember his name. They remember Sydney, no problem, but they also misspelled Sydney's name, so
They
she's gonna
did.
dock points for that.
Yeah, quite a bit too, by several letters. You know, I do love, I think it's funny how defensive people have become in the comment section of misspelling my name. I think that's so funny when I go and read and somebody's like, you misspelled my name! You know, they freak out. It's hilarious. I appreciate that though. Appreciate it. All right, this is looking really, really good.
Now, Crone wants to know, is protector wax on sale, Anthony?
It is 20%
It should be,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, 20% off. Code LOVE20.
Yeah. No, that's
Love
it. Watch, we're gonna dry this thing. I'm telling you, this paint's gonna glow, dude. Protector wax it's a killer product. They're actually trying to like. The hard part is it was designed for car washes, right? This is now
Okay.
a bottled version for for
Okay.
at home use type of thing.
Yeah.
And so you can use protector wax in a lot of different ways, but like the way that we were first training people on it, when KCX first released it was, hey, use this in a foam can. It's pretty crazy.
Okay.
But I think it was hard to. the name is
Yeah.
hard.
Right.
Protector wax. What does
Yeah.
that mean? Right. So
Right.
wax is just a
Wax.
hand applied
Yeah.
wax. No, it's not a hand applied wax.
Right.
Technically, it was for car washes, and it was meant to
Right.
be diluted in some form.
Right.
But it was hard to kind of teach, and so I think that's why SO3 eventually came out, right? But SO3 is a completely different formulation, which is going to last a lot longer.
Okay.
But the thing is with SO3 and protector wax is typically you do want to have a fan on, or you do want to be doing this outdoors in an open
Okay.
area because some of the things that you breathe in aren't ideal.
Now,
so.
do you need to purge your foam cannon after you're done?
Usually,
Probably?
I'd recommend it. So I'll probably do that here. You just run it. You just
Yeah,
keep running
just with
it.
water.
Just run
Right,
it through
yeah.
water.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're good to pretty much go ahead and dry this thing.
Cool.
And
Now-
it should feel pretty good.
Anna has a good question here because I'm sure some people are wondering, how do
Yeah.
you care for your towels after drying post protector wax?
Yeah.
You just throw them in the wash.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, most of that water is going to rinse off a lot of that kind of remaining top layer protection. So what you're picking up on the towel isn't going to be like a super sealy, material. It's it should just feel pretty good, but I do recommend just washing the towels immediately after.
Yeah, and if you want a line of defense, you can do what I do with Bead Maker on my drying towels is I have rags to riches diluted in a 16-ounce bottle, about 1 ounce to the 16 ounces of water, and I just spray my towels down with the rags to riches before I throw them in the wash bucket, and then I don't have to worry about washing them right away. So if you're worried about it, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but if you're worried about it, just go ahead and spray them down with a little bit of rags to riches.
All
That
right.
kind of prevents it from, wow, holy moly.
Feels pretty good, right? Just for
Yeah.
that, you're just drying water at this
Right,
point.
but I mean, it dries
And it-
so well.
It dries really
that's
well.
Crazy.
Yeah, Carolyn's got some stuff on here, dude. She got a big old piece of sap right there. I picked it off. That is a big old piece of sap right there.
Wow.
But no, it dries super, super easily.
Yeah, super easy.
That sap totally either etched your
Now,
mom's
Detailing
clear-
Vibes wanted to know, could you put protector wax over a ceramic coating?
Yep, 100%. So what's
right.
nice about protector wax is you can use it. You can really use it as much as you want, but it will build up. So like if you have like a coating on a sealant and then you use protector wax, you're gonna get buildup and you're gonna get streakiness. That's just gonna happen. But if this is like your, you wanna use this every once in a while, by all means. I mean, you can use active foam first, do like a mild decon of your coating and then hit it with a little protector wax and you're golden, you're good to go.
And then I've got Tim and Toma here saying, I'm planning on cleaning the undercarriage. What do you think will be better, a degreaser or APC with a strip wash solution?
I like a degreaser.
You can do 1, 2, both. Depends on what it needs. Hit it with a degreaser first, see what happens. If it does anything, cool, then that's all you need. But you can also hit it with a strip wash. Depends on how crazy you want to get. I'm crazy. I'll probably do everything, and I'll probably steam it after I'm done. But, that's me. I think it just depends on how much effort you want to put
Then
in.
you'll take it to the dry ice place and
Yeah,
then clean it again.
then I'll clean it again because the dry ice will blow everything over the car, and then I won't be happy with that. So,
And then you'll just never drive it again.
yeah, pretty much. It's like you know me, Sid.
Yep.
Then I've also got one here from Fine Detailing.
Ryan,
Mr.
what's going
Fine
on?
Detailing, doing well, I hope, saying, just picked up KCX CES. Is the Radco getting that soon? I still need to try it.
I think CES is on its way. I have a bottle actually sitting over on that table. It's either on its way, it should be on the website. Can somebody check for me?
I mean, we
Can't
literally
remember.
just had Jason here yesterday shooting new videos for
I know, but we were
stuff.
all in. Jason was here one of the busiest days. Like I was just getting back into town. Everybody else had meetings. It was a busy day.
What is CES?
CS is ceramic effect shampoo.
Oh, okay.
It has a ceramic effect, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, KCX just alone has so many good protection products as well as shampoos. I mean, shoot, dude, there should be no reason why your car isn't having amazing water behavior all the time if you're using KCX products, for sure.
Tamara Chase, just making sure to pop in and say, wow, it glows.
It is glowing. I'm telling you guys, it looks really good. This looks great. For a car that hasn't been washed in God knows how long, hasn't been polished or anything, has water spots all over it, it is glowing. 100%.
It looks
It
great.
pops.
And honestly, there's not a lot of surface scratches either. So the fact that the coating is a little bit worn down, it really is the paint's in great shape. For
Neil
sure.
White wondering, does Anthony use a glass coating on his reading glasses?
No, I should probably. I've never actually thought about that.
Didn't work
I don't know
out.
if I'd like that. I clean my glasses quite often. I used to never clean them, and then something changed once I hit 30. I was like, I gotta clean these. Tired
Well, that's
of-
when you became an old man, right? That's where it clicks.
That's what
Priorities.
it was.
I'm a year older than you, so I'll show you what's coming next, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Crone here, Sydney. Instead of active foam, what PNS product would I use instead? And same with GSF. What PNS product would I use instead?
So I do Crystal Wash and then Frostbite. I think that's going to give you the same effect. So Crystal Wash obviously is going to break free all of the environmental fallout, contamination. So it's going to kind of aid in breaking it away from the surface. And then the Frostbite, which is a little bit higher pH, is going to help strip all of that, nasty stuff off, and then you can go straight into your contact wash. So that is my favorite, like, dirty car recipe.
And then Fine Detailing also putting out one for Sid here. I put Stout on, and holy cow, some of the
Yeah.
best hydrophobics and slickness I've seen.
Yeah, sometimes I feel bad about making a big deal about it because I don't want everybody to think that it's just like hype. It legitimately is the craziest coating I've ever felt. And I've felt just about all of them on the market. And it is insane. It's insane. It's pretty great.
No, too true. And yeah, no, it's a minefield out there as far as like, oh, hype for this product, hype for that
Yeah.
product. Sometimes as
Yeah.
presenters, like if we like something, we'll talk
Yeah.
about liking it, and then someone else who goes and tries it because we said something, they try
Right.
it, and then we get accused of the hype that other
Right.
people created. It wasn't us doing it.
Right, yeah.
We just mention it
Yeah.
that we like it.
Yeah, I try to be low key about it, but it's pretty stinking amazing.
Yeah, that's fair. And, this one's interesting because the last time we did an East Coast adventure was a little while ago. Louis or Louis LaBouche, any events that you guys go to in New York?
Oh, gosh. New York,
It's
I
been
don't
a
think
minute.
so. It's been a minute. It has.
But we would go down to Detailer's Domain with Phil and Larry from Ammo NYC would be there. We
Yep.
used to do a regular show there like each year where a bunch of people got together at that shop, and it was fun.
Yeah. No, it was a really good time. I miss that. It was fun, especially in those early years. It was a really, really fun time.
Yeah.
More recently, it's been tough because everybody's just really busy, right? And so last time we were at Detailer's Domain, we had a good time. It was really fun hanging out with Phil and everybody, but it was just, we can tell it was just, times have changed, right? Everybody's busy. Everybody's, the turnout was okay. It was decent. But like back in the day, oh my gosh, it was like several hundred people. It was a whole big deal. I think last time there was probably like 50, which was fine. But maybe someday we'll go back. Because last time we were there in New York, we went and visited Robin's shop.
Yeah.
Sid, you know Robin?
Yeah, I'm so jealous. I've never been there.
And we went and saw that, which is super cool. And we went to Sleepy Hollow, obviously. Went and got some good food. Met up with quite a few different people. So it was a good time.
If you go back on our channel a little ways, you'll find like old travel vlogs of us doing the East Coast Adventure and stuff like that. A lot of it was like pre-2020, but then also we had a few things that came out more like 22 and stuff like that too. So yeah, if you go and check that out, you can find the tour we did of Robin's shop and some other things we did.
So right now I'm just throwing down some glass cleaner, FTW. I'm using Koch glass cleaner. These windows, unfortunately, they need to be polished.
Yeah,
They need a little bit of clarity cream on them.
especially the front one.
Especially the front. The front has a ton of hard water on there and just some muck. It's not even, I don't even know if it's fully just minerals. I think it's just nasty old
Yeah.
something on there. You see that down there?
Oh, yeah.
It's bad.
I think that's from the car wash, like the water that comes out and it just doesn't get dried off and then it just sits there. So it's kind of a mix of like soap and then water spots. It's pretty brutal.
Well, this thing looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really
It
good.
turned out really good.
I think the last thing we'll do is we'll hit it with a little bit of tire glaze on the tires, and I think we're going to call it there.
Nice.
Wheels are kind of drying themselves. I don't know if we'll touch those up or not, but possibly. And I know that after the stream ends here, we're actually going to knock out the interior too for I think Gabe actually volunteered to knock out the interior, which is really nice of him.
Now,
Thank you, Gabriel.
Sydney, here's a follow-up from DIY with Kane. Crystal Wash and Frostbite? Why 2 pre-wash products? Is your Koch-Chemie AF doing the same as both of them?
No, because Crystal Wash is not just a pre-wash. So it's really like, it's kind of a product like its own. So even though we have like the, the pre-washes and stuff, they're breaking away just like dirt and grime and stuff, but nothing is going to break away the contamination that is bonded to the surface. So Crystal Wash attacks the same kind of contamination that we're using our clay scrubber for. So Crystal Wash predated clay. So the product's been around for like 35 plus years. And so it is actually breaking away contamination that you would typically need clay for. So it's just doing that extra kick. So Frostbite would be similar to like the active foam, but Crystal Wash is kind of in a category of its own. I have not seen another product that's like that. So it is a mild acid, and it actually attaches to the contamination, breaks it away from the surface, and makes it unavailable to stay attached. So like on the back, it would not have completely removed all that contamination, but it would have made it so much better when we went to use the clay. It would have been a much faster process. So it's a totally different process. You can't even really compare it, honestly. So yeah.
And then Sid, I've got fine detailing here following up as well. It's fine. I'll make a big deal about it. Video coming soon. Stout is unreal.
Thank you. That's awesome. Love it.
And I know we've got a stout video in the pipeline as well, showing you at work, in fact. So that should be pretty cool to see as well.
Yep.
Then I've got, Crone asking a question because he noticed that looked like protector wax may have been sold out on our site, but I mentioned, did you check Amazon as well? Then he asked, does Love 20 work on Amazon? And I said, I don't believe so.
No, I don't think it's sold out. I checked it actually before we started shooting the video. So unless it's sold out in the last...
That would be a new development.
Literally 20 minutes? Yeah. That would be crazy. I physically checked. They made me check. They said, Anthony, you have to get onto theradcompany.com and check. And I did.
Don't be showing out of stock products and making a big deal about them when people can't get them. But in this case, it sounds like it happened during the show.
Yeah, and to answer the question though, the code does not work on Amazon. Does not work on Amazon.
So this is, Love 20 will work on it pretty much. I'm still wet. Still got...
Your performance fleece.
What the heck?
Don't sweat in it.
So this performance fleece, you can actually find this at theradcompany.com as well. It's not on sale, but this is one of my favorite hoodies here.
Oh, mine too. I'm wearing the black one.
But you know what? This is going to dry beautifully. It's not going to leave a watermark behind. It's going to be okay. Are we getting paid extra for these up-close shots? Is there something in this for you, Jimmy? Jimothy?
Joey,
James?
making sure to get one in on
James.
Anthony here.
Love Anthony's skirt. Are you wearing a skirt?
I am wearing a skirt.
He's wearing joggers.
I'm wearing joggers. You know where I got these? Target.
Target?
Dude, Target. Target's, dude, they got killer joggers there. These are great for traveling. Jimmy, don't look too close. So yeah, you might see something you don't want. Okay, you're going down. Okay, good job. I know it's Valentine's Day, but
the no-show socks, man.
Yeah.
What year is it?
Are you guys just roasting me now? What's the plan?
No, I'm actually popping new comments up. So I've got here Monster for Life. Just picked up 5 liter of AF and have been you've been using S003 on my girlfriend's convertible Marrow. I'm guessing Camaro. And wheels. Works very well.
Nice.
So fan of that. That would be Active Foam, the AF in question. And then Eric had a good one here. Sorry if this has been asked before, but what am I doing wrong if BeadMaker is streaking like crazy on black paint? Is the issue with my paint being contaminated, or maybe my protection layer is gone? We have dealt with this in the driveway in front of the rag company before. We showed a guy how to fix his supposed issue, and it was like an immediate fix, Anthony.
Yeah, generally speaking, it's going to be there's contamination on the surface. If there's any contamination on the surface, BeadMaker does streak like crazy. It also, don't do it in the sun. That's part of the problem too. And then
do it in a cool surface.
Yeah, it's got to be a cool surface. It's got to be, not have contamination on it, because what happens is it grabs on that contamination, you kind of smear, and you just keep smearing it. Then the other thing is make sure you have the right towel. I'm going to stand hard on this hill and say that you should only use FTWs with BeadMaker.
Then I've got, let's see here, Jal Silva, kudos straight from Portugal, TRC crew. Great to hear that Miss SBG will be around more frequently with us. Love that white Toyota from the opening and never thought of using a microfiber towel as a napkin. What? That is all over the place. Wow.
I don't know. I think they're talking about ripping rags. But hey, did you hear how Gabe lost his Toyota card the other day on the Q&A?
No.
Oh, no.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, we had to take away. Oh, you guys missed it. He answered a question about Toyotas, and he was totally wrong, and I was right. And he argued with me for probably 15 minutes, and I was right.
No.
Yeah. He said that Tacomas didn't have the suicide door, and I was like, I do them all the time. They're my favorite. And he just swore up and down. And then so everyone came in the comments, and I have one, and it was pretty funny. So he totally lost his Toyota card. Yeah.
Revoked.
It's a shame.
Out.
He has a few Toyotas that we're going to have to go take away from him. Yeah.
All right. Steve wants to know, crystal wash before or after frostbite?
Before. So crystal wash always goes on a dry surface. You can use it on a wet surface, but it's not really going to work how it's supposed to. So it's supposed to go on a dry surface, and it attaches to the contamination and breaks it away. So you always want to spray crystal wash, let it kind of dry, and then go about your wash the way you normally would.
Then let's see. I've got, Neil White. TRC, I need to know more about this so-called protector wax. Please tell me everything you know.
Okay, so protector wax is a premium protection wax. Premium, I don't even know how to say that in German. It's got a pH of 4.5. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to read this to you guys. The innovative high-tech this is very German, conserving wax sets new standards in matters of protection, durability, extreme deep gloss, long-term water repellence, lotus effect, easy-to-clean performance, and vehicle drying without microbeading. The run-on sentences in Germany are crazy, by the way. The use of the polyfunctional reactive components in this combination with the highest quality components, which bond firmly with the surface as a network, guarantee perfect, long-lasting it says the same thing over and over again, essentially. Improves with the regular use of gloss and protection layers, covers fine scratches and all of rubber plastic parts, as well as convertible fabric top materials, and protected against fading and embrittlement.
Dang.
Okay.
There you go.
So what I took from that,
there you go.
Probably the most important part of that is that it covers fine scratches. So if you're looking for something to kind of, mask that in a little bit, I think that's kind of nice.
I feel like that's kind of a stretch. I mean, these would have to be. I don't know,
but waxes do though, right?
Yeah, but
they do.
No, I would need to take, if I took a scan grip to this, one of the non-PPF panels.
Yeah.
And it was looking pretty, maybe.
Well, it would be interesting with a car that had no protection on it and was pretty scratched. It would be interesting to see what would happen if you did a 50-50.
I don't know.
It's not going to fully.
Guys, we've been friends with Koch-Chemie for many years, and I love every single product they create. But I'm telling you, some of these product descriptions, I read this stuff and I go, "What the heck?
Yeah,
who's writing this? This is a massive run-on sentence. You're making some pretty great claims here, and a lot of those claims are true. I think they're just worded weird. Can I see that, Jimmy? I don't know, dude.
No.
Should I do this?
I bet it's not as bad as you think. But the thing is I wouldn't necessarily say that it is going to look. Oh man, that looks. Oh yeah, no, they're there.
Not there.
They're there.
They're there.
There's
still fine scratches. I'm gonna go ahead and say. Oh yeah, sorry.
But does it take a 5-footer to a 3-footer? You know what I mean?
I don't know. We should have done it before and after, right?
Yeah,
but I guarantee you though.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nick getting the shot.
I'm trying.
Just got to battle with the focus, that's all.
Where's the focus? There it is.
There it is. Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, they're there.
I mean, this car also goes through a car wash every once in a while, so.
And really, to the naked eye, without the scan grip on there, you really can't see them or notice them,
Yeah.
So for those who are not familiar, this particular Yukon travels regularly, once a week, basically 150-mile trip up to Tamarack from here or so, and back. pretty much most weekends. So it
Yeah.
makes regular trips on very rocky, dusty roads, lots of stuff. It's pretty normal wear and tear. So this vehicle's seen a lot, despite how
and
nice it
Highway
looks
50
from
well, and
a
Highway
distance.
55 will just absolutely annihilate your car.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Now,
not.
Steve
will.
Pearson here saying 100 people watching. We actually had several more than that for a while, and it bounces between. But I heard that if you thumbs up this video, your crush will call you in the next 5 minutes.
Amazing.
That would be incredible, serendipitous. So, yeah,
Let's try it
that
out.
wouldn't be such a bad thing. Try it out, guys. Click that like button. See what happens. It can't hurt.
Right.
Subscribe while you're at it, too. I mean, just to be sure.
Yeah, full send it.
Yeah, moving along, I've got rags and brushes. By any chance, do you know my IK foam like you have now? It's not working well. I just got the O-ring replacements from you weeks ago and nothing. Okay. Well, if we more specifically understood what the issue with it was.
I do have a full cleaning video on the Rag Company's YouTube channel, which shows the full breakdown of it. That should apply to that pretty much that same model. And you could go through that. You could have a clogged orifice. You could have product built up and that's dried up inside the foaming. One of the many small orifices in there.
Yeah.
I would probably start with a really thorough clean. I mean, I really disassemble pretty much everything you can, piece everything out, soak some parts and maybe some just hot water if you can, just to loosen up anything that could be clogged in there, and then reassemble everything back with the new O-rings and see what happens. They're not a super complex, sprayer. I mean, you can pretty much disassemble and replace everything on it. So there's got to be something somewhere that is not working properly.
Yeah,
So,
and if you only replace, just reading off what he wrote, if you only replace the O-rings, I highly recommend replacing the filter. That usually tends to be like problem number one is the filter. So make sure that you
especially if you use
did
Brake
a full
Buster.
replacement. Yeah,
Brake Buster will clog those filters
yes,
pretty fast.
Yep.
Now, thank you here, Stinky, for asking, any chance y'all do a first responder discount? Now, I know historically we have had
believe
that
we
as part
do.
of our thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
think we do.
go onto the website, and where would they find all the codes, discounts, all that kind of stuff? Which page?
Located at the
bottom?
bottom.
Yeah, scroll all the way to the
Scroll all the way to the bottom. I believe there's something there. We've had it there for years.
Yeah.
We actually have, I think it's for first responders and
There's obviously
and
military
and other ones.
military
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So make sure you go check that out. But yes, it is on our website. You can find the info at the bottom of the page. Go and look there, and you should find. All right, then let's see. Anna, my crush literally just left and went back to work at his job. Ken has to be a mechanic.
Oh.
Oh. Well, did you like the video? And Rags and Brushes says, thanks for the answer. The lever gets clogged.
Yeah.
Lever. So
The
like
lever.
this part, like this part?
It's probably referring to like the handle. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Weird. I would try soaking it in vinegar, like white vinegar.
Do like a little vinegar and warm water.
Yeah,
That's weird. I've
interesting.
never actually.
I've never
I don't
seen
think I've
that.
ever heard of the
Yeah.
lever getting clogged. All right. I will look into this. I will probably disassemble this afterwards and see what this could be.
Now, the very last question I'm going to ask before we have you guys do a walk around demonstrating how the car turned out. Anna asking the important questions because people watching right now should be aware. We have a Q&A Thursday going down tomorrow, and I want to make sure everybody here knows it. If you enjoy watching a detail like this and you have more detailing questions, that's what the Q&A Thursdays are all about. And then we answer all the questions in order, all that stuff. Today, we kind of bounce around. We try and keep the show flowing. It's a different kind of environment. So, anyway, Anna wants to know who's going to be on there because she probably wants Sydney and, quote, the other guy instead of Anthony and I. I, unfortunately, have to inform you that it's going to be Anthony and I. So,
Probably me and Dane.
big
I'm so
disappointment. Sorry.
I'll be back next
So sorry.
week, Anna. Next
Yeah,
week I'll be here.
Sydney's busy. She's got a lot of stuff to do, but we will try and get her in here as often as we can. So, yes, she's asking about tomorrow. Anyway, guys, please, show us around the vehicle. Let's take a look at it again. Get Jimmy walking and not talking and showing us what the deal is on that paint.
So here we go. The Glow of Protector Wax, available from Koch-Chemie, hopefully available at theradcompany.com, as it should have been when I checked the website. It looks really good. I mean, it's really easy to use. Again, we fully foamed it on and rinsed it off. It's very similar to hydrofoam sealant. I do think that Protector Wax has a little bit of a warmer look to it for some reason. I don't know why. I just think it does. But it looks really, really good. And so going around, it does feel like, is it the slickest thing you'll ever feel? No, I think it feels okay.
It feels like there's something on it.
It feels like there's something on it for sure. And so I think it turned out really good. The back end here, where we had clayed, this does feel significantly better. We just have to touch up some of these water, kind of trickling water here from this top ledge, but this turned out really good as well. And this was super contaminated, guys. Like, it was so bad.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad.
We were able to knock through a lot of that, which is great, and clean that up. And overall, no, I'm really happy with this. I think Carolyn will be very excited. And then when Gabriel gets out here and knocks out the interior on his hands and knees.
Oh my goodness.
Really getting after it. I think it's going to be great. So, yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, everybody. Dane, hopefully you had a fun time sitting there in that back room, that new cozy room. I'm excited to join you there tomorrow for Q&A Thursday, where we're going to answer your detailing questions live. I really would like some type of box of chocolates or something. I feel like we need that.
We can manage. I think we'll come up with something tomorrow.
Like, Dane, has anybody ever bought you flowers?
Bought me flowers? No,
Yeah.
I have bought flowers on multiple occasions, but having them given to me, that would be new. Unless you count
Jimmy,
like back in
anybody ever bought
elementary
you
school or
flowers?
something.
What the heck? Somebody's bought you flowers? Nick, anybody ever bought you flowers?
I've had multiple girls.
Really? Oh my
Multiple
gosh,
girls
Jimmy.
have bought you flowers. You
okay.
didn't know you had that dog in you, man.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Good for you, man. Your mom doesn't
man.
count though. All right, let's wrap this thing up. So we had a lot of fun today. Sydney, thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome.
Again, check out theradcompany.com. We have up to 50% off doorbusters, 20% off Koch and Color Lock products, and 40%
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look
and
at
40%
that.
Wow.
off of DPT products. Dane's got
The
his
other guy
flowers.
brought me flowers. How kind.
Pretty excited
How
about that.
nice.
So head to theradcompany.com, pick that up, get your limited sticker. Sale ends tomorrow night, so don't miss out. Get everything while you can, because I don't think we're having a sale for a hot minute. So go and check that out. Actually, there is a sale coming up here in a little bit, but we'll get to that later. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So thanks for coming here. Love 20 is the code. Dane,
That's right.
Take us away.
Okay, guys. Well, you know the deal. If you haven't already, take advantage of the sale while it's happening here, and I do hope you enjoyed the show today. Please, if you did, take a moment, click that like button, the thumbs up button. It really does help us. And what helps us equally as much is you leaving a comment down below, perhaps of a detailed video or live stream you'd like to see in the future. Tell us about an idea you had, or if you got questions for tomorrow's Q&A, well, show up at tomorrow's Q&A. It'll happen around the same time, but it'll be tomorrow. So make sure you tune in here, you're subscribed to the channel, that way you don't miss it, and do have your notifications turned on. All right, so that's enough for me here, but I hope you have a wonderful evening, and we will catch you tomorrow. See you later.